Hi, I'm Parker Dahl,
And I'm Warren Eichhoff,
and welcome to So What?
a place where we answer the question that so many students want to ask, so what?
Today, we will talk to you about World War I.
Awesome. Are we going to talk about tanks?
Think of it.
Not really. No.
Oh man, I wanted to watch stuff go boom.
Oh, please. Things will still go boom. Like your mind.
Wow.
Specifically, we'll talk about how the war began.
There are many theories about this, but the main causes are generally accepted.
And they are...
They are the main causes.
What?
Oh, it's an acronym. MAIN stands for the four traditional causes of World War I: militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism.
Wait, I thought the war started because Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated.
While it is true that that assassination did have a cascading effect, many more people believe it was actually a match that just lit a powder keg.
That's right, the assassination of the Archduke of Austria happened while he was in Sarajevo, Bosnia.
The Archduke was from the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. They were very upset and waited a whole month before sending demands.
Wait, a month? Shouldn't they have reacted faster?
You'd think they would if they were actually reacting to the assassination.
Instead, it could have simply been an excuse. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia.
Russia, Serbia's ally, declared war on Austria-Hungary.
Germany, Austria-Hungary's ally, declared war on Russia.
France, Russia's ally, declared war on Germany.
Germany said, that's cool, I can take both of you.
Belgium, under a neutrality agreement for decades, said, whoa, keep me out of this, guys.
Britain, I'm with Belgium, totally neutral.
To which the French ambassador said, and will you have the dictionaries remove the word honor from the English language as well?
Germany, cool, attacks Belgium to get to France.
Britain is like, JK, we'll declare war on Germany too.
Germany and Austria look at Italy, you coming to help?
Italy, a member of the Triple Entente for decades, says, nah, I'm good.
Britain conducts secret talks with the Italians to get them on their side.
Italy, 1 year later, declares war on Austria and Hungary, but not Germany. Germany is big.
So, who's to blame for World War I?
I don't know. So what? Ugh, not again. Who cares about this stuff anyways? World War I happened over 100 years ago. How could the main causes of World War I possibly impact my life today? I mean, I can't see how the main causes are nearly as relevant as Langston Hughes or George Orwell.
You seem to be teaching these young ones the art of war. I can only foresee one outcome from this, and it's shrouded in darkness.
That's a fair question, young pretentious scholar. Mr. Dahl, how can we help this student?
First things first, give him a haircut. And second, are we really going to ignore the creepy Oracle guy?
I'm not really sure any of that helps.
Well, then how about we investigate this war? Let's go back to France in the year 1916.
How do the main causes of World War I impact our world today?
Let us look at militarism first. This is the concept that a country only has strength so long as it has the largest military.
This is relevant in the US as it spends more on the military than the next 10 countries combined.
That's a lot of spending for a theory.
Wait, what do you mean? Don't armies control countries?
Not so much. It's only a theory, and in fact, it's a pretty outdated one. The current globalized world relies far less on militaries and much more on other pursuits. Things like commerce, technological advancement, medical advancement, and much more.
Not to mention that there are other countries that are considered world powers that spend far less on the military. This allows those countries to spend tax dollars on other special needs.
There are many nuances to this issue, but all of that military spending simply results in a flexing contest where countries need to justify spending all that money on the military. And what is the best way to justify military spending?
By either using it or communicating to the people that it will soon have to be used.
Is that necessarily true? That's up for you to decide. Go and look up what percent of the US budget is spent on military funding and compare that to another set of funding that you may find just as important for your country's existence.
Education.
So it's pretty easy to see that militarism still pretty heavily impacts the way that countries perceive themselves.
Next on the list is alliances. Every country tries to have an alliance, for it is the original way of protecting yourself from invasion.
The strongest person in the world can only take on so many people at one time. And this same concept is true of countries.
If I'm a country and I don't want to be invaded,
Most don't.
then I might reach out to another country of similar strength to help me in a time of need. If I'm attacked, they will defend me.
And by way of a trade, if they are attacked, I will help them.
Alliances exist today and often shape how the world's powers get along with one another. From NATO,
North Atlantic Treaty Organization,
which deals with military matters that have largely moved against Russia,
to the EU,
European Union,
which is an economic alliance allowing for the free flow of commerce between European countries, with the new notable exception of Britain.
Alliances directly impact the world you live in today, and you should look up the alliances your country currently invests in.
Then there is imperialism. We've already addressed this point, so we'll just make this short. Imperialism deals with the goods that a country may want to seize from another country for their own benefit.
This is a zero-sum game. Not every country can have the best things, and so there is competition that will inevitably occur within the system, winners and losers.
Through the ideas of globalization, we have seen a dramatic decrease in the stark difference between the winners and the losers. But even with that, there's actually been a lot of calls to roll back globalization.
Trade agreements are all about trying to level a playing field. There is a lot of dispute as to the benefit of trade agreements and whether they are better for developed nations, developing nations, corporations, or economies in general.
Honestly, you should look up some trade agreements that your country has agreed to and maybe not agreed to, and evaluate them for yourselves.
That brings us to nationalism, the identification of one's own nation and support for its interests, especially to the exclusion or detriment of the interests of other nations.
This is a somewhat complex issue. For one, some level of nationalism is inevitable. You may go to a certain school and consider your school better than the rival school. Why? Because you're obviously better than they are.
This happens on a national level as well. The problem with this is that it leads to a few terrible outcomes if taken too far.
I am better than they are. Therefore, I should receive 80% of their food.
But, reasonable citizen, they will starve.
I guess they should have been better, like me.
Okay, then maybe we can accept more people to be a part of us since we are so great.
Impossible. This cannot be taught. Plus, we will only diminish our own greatness if we let others in.
As you can see, this can run rampant and often dehumanizes strangers.
When in reality, we are all entered into the same birth lottery. There is no one thing that makes any human better than another. Not race, not sex, not nationality.
You might even say we all come from the same loaf of bread.
Nationalism has seen a stark rise in recent years and has led to many other global problems. Things such as the increase of polarity on political issues,
The turn away from supporting immigration,
and us versus them mentality that pits countries against even their closest allies.
economic warfare,
People chanting USA, but not being able to provide an intelligent response to the question, why do you consider the US to be the greatest country in the world?
As you can see, these concepts are still very relevant today.
You just have to be willing to open your eyes and look around once in a while. Go learn some stuff.
Have a great day.
Perhaps the imbalance of our society can illuminate ways for people to find a more stable and peaceful path.
Perhaps the reason nationalism is so impactful is because it plays on fear. I'm scared that I'm not going to be good enough. But if I'm born in the right country, then I'm still better than even the best person in a not good country.
Very wise, young Padawan. Fear is a powerful motivator, and a tool for the dark side. There may be hope for you yet.
Yeah, you goofy wizard.
Perhaps another lesson is necessary.
Dude, I'm a pacifist, bro.
You have failed me for the last time.